Jim, no one really said Arsenal were going to win the league. Arsenal's priority is to be in that top 4. But going into battle on Wednesday against Man City is a fantastic... No one actually said it.
He's coming for you.
No, he's not, because he asked me, come on, Martin, they're going to win it, aren't they? And I said, no, I refuse to believe that, because Man City have won 4 of the last 5 Premier Leagues. This is they're used to winning. And it was interesting at the weekend, Jim, how suddenly now when it really matters, look at the players that are coming in, Diaz and Laporte coming into but let's not messing about now. Let's put those 2 centre-halves back in. Yeah. And let's put all of our ball players into midfield as well. They're that little box of 4 wonderful footballers, aren't they? Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva in there, Rudiger now becoming the sort of man of the team.
Yeah, but your Arsenal are having a bit of a blip. They'll fall into second place if City beat after City beat Villa, and then if City win at Arsenal. You
just said they would, but the game hasn't been played yet, Jim.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. Of course.
Let's play the game and let's see.
Of course.
I don't think there's any chance. I don't think it's time to panic from an Arsenal point of view. They've had difficulties breaking down teams, particularly at home. Okay, away at Everton was something similar, but it was a different situation.
Wait, are you having a blip at the wrong time?
I don't think it's a good to have a blip at any time, but this would be a really significant. Why not turn this into a positive? If you can beat Man City when they come into town, what does that do for your aspirations of winning the Premier League? It still wouldn't mean a victory in winning it. There's still an awful long way to go.
What do you think, Simon? Do you think Arsenal have been worked out? That's got 1 or 2 Arsenal fans going at me this morning when I mentioned that.
Not at all. They're a good side, and at the moment in time,
sit deep, surrender possession. Can they break you down?
Brentford are a very decent side, so you can't rule out the fact that Brentford have been taking points off everybody. The disappointment was their failure to turn up against Everton, but that's a moment. The game on Wednesday, which I'm going to go to, by the way, is a game which will define where they are. Arsenal are in control of their own destiny. Man City might get their players back, but Arsenal are in control of their own destiny. If Arsenal do their job and win their games, they can win this league.
Still another game in hand as well.
And they've still got a game in hand. Now, obviously, they don't need to worry about anything because, according to Martin, there wasn't any expectation now to win the league anyway. We've already got that little bit of comfort factored into the fact that they don't. There'll be no recriminations. Arsenal are in a situation where they are potentially good enough to win this league, and that should be their target now.
I think that is it in a nutshell, isn't it, man? They are potentially good enough to win it.
It is. It's about potential, isn't it? But it's interesting listening to Ten Hag this weekend talking about satisfaction, and it makes you lazy. So like you don't win anything, Jim, do you? Till you're across that line. Lots of football to be played. Let's see what happens. But City now, you do feel they're just moving through the gears and starting to apply their quality. But nonetheless, Arsenal at home is now a very difficult proposition for anyone to experience. I mean, the fans are just united. The atmosphere. I mean, Simon's going to experience that.
Yeah. Incidentally, on whose coattails are you going?
None of your business, not yours.
No, okay.
But I'm going to go with some interesting people. But they asked me, and my first reaction was, and then I realised I've got an Arsenal fan that would love to go. So I said, if I can have 2 tickets, I'll come.
Oh, right.
But I shall look forward to it. I think it'll be a fabulous game of football, and it will define where Arsenal may well be.
He gets an invite to a top game, and then he asks for another ticket.
Do you know what I think?
Martin? Are you not allowing yourself, Martin, to think of Arsenal winning the title?
I don't look beyond the game.
The Arsenal players will believe they can do it.
No, I'm not looking beyond the game in front of me. What's an interesting one is actually the game Arsenal did win recently in between all of that was against Manchester United when they were a little bit more attacking minded. And we know what City are about. They will attack Arsenal. It might just make it better or an easier game, maybe a nicer watch for the neutral.
It should be a great game of football. I'd be bloody surprised if it isn't. 2 sides to play the way they do.
Let's get it on, Jim. Let's have a nice rest first, though. A little bit of preparation. Arsenal an extra day's rest.
Oh, God forbid.
And let's see.
Okay, all right. So you're going. I might do the same actually.
Jim's trying to go, isn't he? Can you take Jim with you?
I would go, but I wouldn't want to sit anywhere near him. In Qatar, it was bad enough, and he was commentating through each and every England game.
He'll be on the podium apologising.
If you recall,
pass
Luke,
it, man on, time.
Shut
up.
I didn't go to half the games with Jim.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.